Hi everyone, it's SP. I have decided to debut my new video series today, and I'm going to be making videos about um, the different tarot and oracle decks that I've collected. So I'm not only going to review them, but I'm also going to help you figure out different uses for instance, if you've bought decks and you don't know how to get the most out of it, I'm going to help you get ideas to maximize all of that and connect to your like witchiest self, let's say, loosely. And it's this is not just a consumerist thing. I really believe that different tarot and oracle decks, because of the different visuals and arts and concepts gone into them, they really invoke something different in you. And you don't have to be a professional tarot reader to have favorites or to have certain areas of of life that you want to tap into. For instance, if you're like deep into shadow work, there's some decks that might go really well with that. And even if you have a modest budget, you can pick the one that works best for you and you can use it kind of in in your own quiet personal time with yourself, and I'll teach you how to make your time with your tarot decks and your divination tools more contemplative, not the frantic, like, do they like me, do they not like me kind of conversation that normally dominates um a lot of our lives, because there's so much beyond that. There's so much artistic veneration and artistic freedom awaiting us and our self-expression that we're not even tapping into because we're just locked into these kind of standard ways of interacting with the world. And I just want to challenge you to start questioning that. For instance, today, I have with me the Wild Unknown Tarot, and it's a beautiful deck, but to understand its beauty and its liminal quality, it takes a certain mindset and it would definitely appeal to a certain kind of person more than another. For instance, if this were if this were more of a boss babe era for me, I would personally not gravitate towards that one. It's also kind of why tarot readers, you see them do certain spreads, and a lot of them like a variety of decks that they like to use. Um, but me, so if it was my boss babe era, I would not be gravitating toward this one because this one's really just about the mysteries and about um it's about the strategic play and pop of color. Like you see the Ace of Wands card here is so different from what we're used to seeing, maybe even in the Rider-Waite. There's like color all around and then you have the illumination. So it gives some voltage, it gives some depth. It's kind of invoking the base chakras in the chakra system that we have. And it's the Ace of Cups here in this deck, like very tender, very rejuvenating. But again, you see, there's minimal coloring around the object itself, and it's um, surrounded by color, calming color, because it's the Ace of Cups, and that's more watery. And for instance, this is the High Priestess, and here it's like a tigress, and there's the moon motif, and the tiger is associated with Durga and sometimes Kali as well. And so these are really just beautiful images to get you started. And because of the way that there's a lot of light and shadow involved, even in the deck, even in the card, sorry, where there's pops of colors, this is more of a deck, to get in the zone of I want to go into a forest at night. And I want to sit by myself in the moonlight. I want to moonbathe. Obviously, it may not be feasible for all of us to go into the forest. What if it's the dead of winter? So to create that kind of vibe for yourself, like and sort of in the coziness of your home, where you're venturing in with your mind and how to path work and that kind of thing. That's what I want to bring to you. And I also want to talk about the single most important ingredient to use in any kind of divination or anything that's related to self-love and self-development, any kind of any kind of personal time. I would say that I will tell you the single most important ingredient to hack that space, like that mind space, so you can get the most out of yourself, not necessarily out of another tarot reader or not necessarily out of like your deck. Like there's a variable that impacts how you interact with all those things, and we're going to be covering that as well. So stay tuned. And yeah. So I'm looking forward to by the way, this was not my official review of the Wild Unknown Tarot. I was just giving you like a very loose, spontaneous example. Um and I look forward to making this a continual thing because it's likely that I'm gonna post more videos of this sort. And please feel free to comment on any particular decks you want to see me comment on. If I have them, well and good. Like I can just kind of bring them up for you and talk about how to use them. But if it's just something that I have to look up online too, I can kind of get a feel of some of the art and react to it for you.